Good morning, friends. Welcome to Coffee Cup Conversations. Today is Monday, the week of Thanksgiving, Monday, November 23rd. And I'm thankful that we have a little bit of time to connect, put things in perspective, and just talk about life and this journey and this season. It's been a ride, hasn't it? I was really reminded of what a ride it's been this past week as I woke up Monday morning, last Monday, sicker than a dog. Felt like I got hit by a truck and just ill. Hadn't felt that way for such a long time, and I slept all day, felt feverish and achy and the whole bit, but I still could taste and smell, and I didn't have a cough. These were reassuring. However, when you look up symptoms of COVID, it didn't reassure me that much, so I ended up on Tuesday going for testing, which meant the whole rest of the week was kind of shot because I had to wait for results. And I realized, I've known this about myself, but I have a hard time just being still. I tend to have my day timer handy, and I like to check things off. I'm old school. And so sometimes I miss the gift that God gives us. I read way back in the beginning of COVID, one webinar I watched, the lady shared a special verse about Psalms 31. It says, "You have set my feet in a spacious place." And I remember when she was sharing with us that morning, I felt like, wow, that really resonated with me. I felt like our time at home, it was going to be a spacious place that he was allowing all of us to be, and I wanted to keep a teachable heart and mind, and definitely have grown and been stretched like we all have. But this past week, I was set back into that spacious place, and I realized that I really struggle to appreciate the spacious places, and sometimes can just not allow my mind to be in that spacious place. I think too much. And so this reminded me of the mug or the cup that I want to share with you today. It's a pretty cool one that belongs to my daughter, Amy. Her birthday buddy out in Colorado bought it for her 1 year. Jan Merrill bought it for Amy. They both have a birthday May 11th. And this one's so neat. It has a little verse. It says 1 Corinthians 13, 6 and 7. Love always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. So that's a prayer I have for you and for myself today, that God's love in us can produce those things. But it's kind of cool because it's a little a tea mug, a tea pot, and your little tea bag can be steeping in there, and then you can pour yourself a cup of tea, which I made Sleepy Time vanilla because it was kind of paralleled with my desire to want to stay in a spacious space and appreciate it. So I'm sporting the teacup today in honor of Kristen, but also going along with what I feel like Jesus has been challenging me with this past week is just learning a healthy way of, our thoughts can be a lot like a tea bag when we put it in the teapot and allow it to steep. It's like the special thing. It's the temperature of the water needs to be a certain degree, and you have to let your tea bag steep just the right amount of time in order to end up with the perfect cup of tea. If you steep too long, it gets bitter. If you don't steep long enough, your tea bag, then it ends up kind of being watery with lack of flavor. And so your water needs to be hot enough to help it work the way it's supposed to. And it's a lot like our thoughts. Each day thoughts come into our minds, or our emotions are there. And I think that God wants us to be true to how we're feeling, but he doesn't want us to get stuck there. Some days our feelings are low and we're struggling, and it's hard. And I struggle. I'm a melancholy. And the last couple of weeks have been a struggle for me. I just really have missed my daughters, the reality of living far away and embracing that as a new norm. after being here this week actually is our 5-year anniversary of arriving to York and trying to keep a heart of thanksgiving. There is so much to be thankful for, and each one of you are part of what I'm grateful for, what I feel thankful for, the deep friendships and connections that we've made, and all that God has brought into fruition. I mean, he's accomplished these dreams and goals and desires that he placed in our hearts 6 years ago. And so, gosh, I'm humbled by that and excited by that. But gosh, I also thinking about what a challenge emotionally this past week. I just have felt melancholy and then set into this spacious place. And unfortunately, not every day was I walking in victory and having a heart of thanksgiving. One of the days, as I was brainlessly scrolling, I came across this neat little picture that said, "Not everything is canceled." And of course, it caught my attention. So I read down through the list. Sunshine is not canceled. Now, sometimes in Pennsylvania, we can go quite a few days without it, but today is sunny, it's beautiful. And these are some other things that were listed. Love is not canceled. Relationships, reading, naps, devotion, music, dancing, imagination, kindness, conversations. Sometimes they're cut short, but we still can have conversations, even with our little people that are home with us right now. And hope is not canceled. So I'm just praying for you today, and I'm praying that Jesus will fill us in a fresh and new way, that we will allow the power of his word to steep and give us just the right strength that we need for the day. A song that's meant a lot that just resonates with my heart. It's called Peace Be Still by Hope Darst, D-A-R-S-T. If you get a minute today and can listen to that, just close your eyes and let it wash over you. If you're needing just a moment of peace and reassurance. And I love the words that she just continues to sing towards the end of the song, "You speak peace." And so that's what my prayer is for each one of you today, for myself, that we will hear his voice, we will hear the peace of reassurance that he wants to wash over us, and that we will acknowledge when he places our feet, when he hears our cries of anguish and grief and mourning, when he hears those things, sometimes he places us in a spacious place. So may we receive the love and the hope and the joy and the peace that he wants to fill us with in a fresh way. So we care about you, and I'm praying for you today, and I do just want to say I'm thankful for each one of you.